All right, welcome back to part two. As you can see, I poured a couple of those repours in the new mold. And originally, I was thinking 4 to make 3, so I'd want to pour 1.3 ounce or 1 1/3 ounce in each mold or each cavity. And so I kind of weighed it out, split up what I had into 2 piles, and I made this first one. Poured the first one, and yeah, it's much thicker. Doesn't have that bulge around the edge, but it's still pretty cool. Much easier to control and much easier to pour. And I poured the first one. It wasn't hot enough, so it left all kinds of stuff still in here. So I tossed it back in there and remelted it and poured this one. And it left just a little bit on the spout there. And I'm like, oh man, this better weigh out. So I put it all down, pulled it out, threw it on a scale, hoping for that 1.2 or a 1.3, and 1.21 and change. So it just barely made it. So this is that one. It's pretty cool. I gotta get some kind of a tumbler or a polisher to clean that up, but this side, I just really dig it. I live in Washington State where there's volcanoes all over the place, and that just has that whole mountain kind of a scene going on there. So that's pretty neat. I like it. And yeah, so this came out as 1.21 and slightly more because I left like 1.5 grams stuck in here. And then when I poured the next one, by then this thing's nice and hot because it's already poured a couple. And I tossed this over in that one. And what I did that time is as I heated it up, I got it rolled into this area. And then to keep it from sticking in the spout, I rolled it into this area when it was melted and then just blasted that spot right there with the heat and just let it kind of roll right into the melted pile until this was glowing red. And it just went bloop and poured right in there nice and left basically nothing in there except for the stuff built up on the sides. But I'm just going to let that build up and hopefully it'll stop losing weight eventually. And this one, because it poured out and took that extra with it, is still a 1.3, but this one ended up being a 1.336, I believe. So actually a little bit over 1 1/3 ounce. It's got some nice weight to it. It feels good in the hand. So in the last video I was saying I'd like to get one pretty close to 1.2, so I had a minimum so I could kind of see what was going on in there. I guess that'd make more sense on this side. And with this one with that extra in there, I can a little bit, I don't know, I can tell a difference. But the main thing is I think I've got a way to consistently stick these in the 1.2 or a 1.3 ounce. So get that out of here before I chip it. Probably just be the same with that. So then it's figuring out, and I know people have been interested. They're like, oh, I want one, pour me one. And I'd like to do that, but it's trying to stick a value on it. I see other pours people do in the $50-ish range, and I can't just jump right out and say, hey, these are worth $50. They are pretty cool, but so other than sticking a cash value on it for somebody that might be interested, after some thought, I think the way I'm going to try to do it is if somebody is interested in one of these, just dig up the rattiest ass 1 ounce rounds or bars you can find. And it takes 2 to make 1. And I understand there's going to be that extra silver left over, but I figured, you know what? That'll pay for the MAP gas. That'll pay for the driving to the post office. That'll pay for the return shipping. So yeah. Then I start thinking about erosion of this and this erosion, and it's like, plus going out and buying another $100 for a tumbler and media. So, yeah, there's no money to be made on these. So, if anybody is interested in one of these, and that sounds like something they'd be interested in, I'll stick my email in the description somewhere. Shoot me an email. Maybe we can work something out. I'm sure everybody's got a couple of ratty ounces around. And a lot of people do the trades and they end up trading all the fancy stuff. But yeah, I'm not looking for channel rounds because they got the higher I'm looking for crap to melt. So yeah, that's my thought on that. If anybody's interested, shoot me an email. They are much better. Hopefully I can stamp them without screwing them up. And because these bottoms almost have that Beskar bar kind of a look, and they are a little bit flatter on the top because they're wider, I'm thinking about stamping this side. Let me know what you think about the stamping. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We'll leave off with that cool little mountain view there. And actually, while I got it there, see that almost like a fingerprint look? You can see machine marks from in the mold, but oddly enough, you can't see it on the bottom, but you can on the sides. So hopefully that'll wear out. I'm going to try to polish it off the inside of the mold. Maybe stick a Q-tip in a drill or something. It's just graphite. It's pretty soft. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.